Hey everyone, how are you doing today? In this video, we are going to explore a fascinating topic, which is the compensation of software engineers at big tech companies, including Google. Compensation in tech is more complicated than a simple salary, and we'll delve into that first. In the second section, we'll share some real numbers from online resources. We think this video is essential since there's little reliable information out there on this topic, and it's vital for software engineers to know their market value, especially if you're considering applying to Google or another big tech company. Even if you're not a software engineer, but just curious, we'll satisfy your curiosity. So let's not waste any more time and jump right in. Compensation at Google and other big tech companies usually consists of 4 components. The first component is the base salary, which is a fixed amount of money paid annually, just like a regular salary. It's usually paid bi-weekly and remains constant. The second part of compensation is the bonus, which is typically given out once per year. Some companies divide it into smaller payments, and it's usually a fixed percentage of your base salary. The percentage can increase or decrease depending on your individual performance and sometimes the company's performance. At Google, for example, a 15% bonus was typical for decent performance. However, if you performed exceptionally well, you could increase it. In some cases, employees were able to get bonuses of around 22 to 24%. This system incentivizes employees to perform well. And if your base salary was $100,000, a 15% bonus would be an extra $15,000 every year. The third part of compensation is the equity award, which is where things get interesting. Companies will give you stock in their company as a form of compensation. At Google, for example, you would receive shares of Google as part of your compensation. Typically, these equity awards are granted over a 4-year period when you start working at the company. For instance, you may be given a 4-year equity grant award and told how many Google shares you'll receive over those 4 years. If you leave the company after 2 years, you'll have to give up approximately 2 years worth of the equity that was awarded to you. This is a way to incentivize employees to stay for the long run. The fourth part of compensation is the sign-on bonus, which is a one-time bonus you receive upon joining the company. It's exactly what it sounds like, a bonus for signing on. However, it's not guaranteed and is typically reserved for highly competitive candidates, such as those with competing offers or coming from another company. The amount of the bonus can vary greatly, ranging from $10,000 to as high as $70,000 or even $100,000, depending on the company and the candidate's circumstances. Before we dive into the real figures, let's cover a couple more quick things. Some of the compensation we mentioned earlier might increase over time. For instance, if you get promoted, your base salary will increase, which means your bonus will be based on a higher salary. You might also receive equity refreshes. The company might give you more equity over the next 4 years based on your performance. There are a few other things that we could include in the overall compensation package at companies like Google, such as free food, gym subsidies, internet subsidies, and commuting benefits. Google pays for almost everything, so you have almost no expenses, which is kind of crazy. These benefits are not part of the official compensation package, so we won't be discussing them now. Let's take a look at some real figures. You can find a bunch of crowdsourced compensation packages from employees at big tech companies on a website called levels.fyi. When you visit the website, you'll see that you can view these packages by company and by level. For example, at Google, there are levels like L3, which is an entry-level software engineering role, L4, the mid-level, L5, senior software engineer, L6, staff software engineer, and so on. Clicking on one of these levels will show you an average of all the submissions they've received on the website. The average total compensation for an entry-level software engineer at Google is $182,000. This includes a base salary of roughly $120,000 per year, an average of $40,000 worth of stock per year, assuming a 4-year grant, and an average bonus of $20,000, which is based on a 15% figure and can vary based on performance. These figures are based on submissions from various employees on the website levels.fyi. It's important to note that these compensation figures can vary significantly based on your location. While the numbers we've shared are accurate for high cost of living areas like the Bay Area and New York City, they may be lower in areas such as Seattle. Additionally, if you live in lower cost of living places or abroad, your compensation may be different as well. We encourage you to explore the website we mentioned earlier and filter by location to get a better idea of what you might make in your area. It's worth noting that Google's base salary was $115,000 2.5 years ago. They also provided a 4-year stock award worth $135,000, or roughly $34,000 per year. In addition, a target bonus of 15% was available for those who performed well. These tech compensation packages are undeniably high and have the potential to increase over time. By checking out the website we mentioned, you can see the average total compensation for positions like senior software engineer and staff software engineer. As you go up in levels, you'll notice that the main thing that increases is your stock award. Although your base salary increases, it plateaus compared to the stock award, which drastically goes up. The reason for this is that companies want you to have a vested interest in their success and perform very well. The higher you get and the more impact you have on the company's success, the more your compensation will skew towards stock awards. You can check out the rest of the website on your own and look at other companies and levels. But before you go, if you're looking to earn a 6-figure salary this year, check out our video on how anyone can get a 6-figure job. It will provide you with a roadmap as a programmer to achieve this goal. We hope you found the information in this video useful. If so, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next video.